Everybody knows that the hardest, most terrifying gangsters on the planet are right here on this platform that we call YouTube. And some of you are saying, Josh, what about the Bloods and the Crips? Oh no. Josh, what about the Mafia? Hell no. Josh, what about the cartels? Stop. We're not going to say a word about the cartels here. We're not going to do that. But the point is, there are some scary gangsters that hang around YouTube. Some of the scariest, I would say. But what you may not know is the casual viewer is the most hardened gangsters in the world. Walk these mean streets of YouTube trucking. And I was told one time that I may consider myself to be a trucker. I may think that I'm a trucker. But there is one thing that I will never do. Never ever do. And it was said to me like this. Boy, you may think you're a real truck driver, but you would never survive a day in the apple orchards of Washington. And I begged and I pleaded with this man. I said, sir, please, please tell me, please, oh my God, tell me what happens in the apple orchards of Washington. And he said the most cryptic thing that I've ever heard in my life. He said, you come around here, you'll see. And I was shook to the core. I had no idea how to respond to this. I Googled it. Yeah, that's how I do a lot of things. I Googled it. I said, what happens in the apple orchards of Washington? And then I was using the voice to text thing, and it was like, what the hell's Washington? And I'm like, sorry, I meant Washington. Anyways, Google gave me back nothing useful at all. But what I found interesting is you could Google what happens in Chicago, or what happens in New York, or what happens in LA, and you'll get results back. Some of the goriest shit you've ever heard in your life coming out of those cities. But I could not find nothing on the apple orchards of Washington. Not a thing. Not a thing. Nothing. And I thought, this is strange. Because I thought when I Googled what happens in Vegas, it would come back with nothing. But it turns out what happens in the apple orchards of Washington stays in the apple orchards of Washington. The only thing I could find on the internet, the tool we use for all the information we have out there, was one time a guy was on a ladder near an apple tree with some of those pruning shears, I think they're called. They're like big scissors to cut limbs off of trees. And he fell off that ladder and he cut his hand pretty good. And that was pretty bloody. Nobody liked that. Nobody liked that. So man, I was definitely intrigued. Because I was told I wouldn't survive a day in those mean streets. But first, let me tell you something really funny that just happened. Just remembered, so I gotta tell you. But don't worry, I'm gonna tell you the rest of the story. But I was in this pilot just a little while ago. Get me a drink. Right? Get me a drink. And the cashier in there, she's madder than some bitch, right? She says, who is parked on 17? Who is parked in front of pump 17? And some guy goes, well, that's me. Well, that's me. Right? Like we talk out here, right? And she goes, you need to move. She said, there's truckers trying to get through out there. And you need to move your vehicle off that pump. And he's like, I will when I'm done. And she said, that is a regular vehicle. And you need to move it off the fuel pumps. And he goes, regular vehicle? I'm a hotshot driver. And she goes, it's a pickup truck. Get it off the fuel pumps. And he goes, pickup truck? That's a 2500. That's a 2500. What do you mean pickup truck? She called that a pickup truck. Anyways, was she right or wrong? I don't know. But hey, these hotshot drivers are on my last fucking nerve lately. So as far as I can tell, she was right. He was real mad he had to move his little pickup truck off the fuel pumps. Anyways, so back to the point. We have got the scariest people on this planet running around YouTube, but especially YouTube trucking. These are the real men, god damn it, and I'll never know anything about that. Because according to a lot of people, I'm a beta bitch. I don't know. I'm just having a good time. I don't know what that makes me. A lot of damn fun. That's what that makes me. Anyways, so you got guys running around just randomly telling strangers in comment section, they're like, I'm an alpha male. And you know what alpha males do? And then you've got the newer and dorkier, not improved version, the Sigma male. I don't know what Sigma males do. I don't fucking know. But could you imagine doing this in real life? Walking around to people, let's say you're a trucker. You're walking around truck stop, get you your drink and your donut, you know, or whatever, and you see another guy there and you walk up and you go, do you know I'm an alpha male? You wouldn't do that. We do it here. We do it here. But I think it'd be great. I think it'd be great if a guy was just like, hey, I'm an alpha male. And then dude was like, I'm a Sigma male, motherfucker. And then next thing you know, you have two dipshits punching each other, which is one of my favorite things, honestly. Two dipshits punching each other is one of my favorite things to watch. It's like people that like punching, finding other people that like punching, and then punching each other, hilarious. I mean, absolutely fucking brilliant. I love it. But, anyways, everyone's trying to outman the next guy, right? So, yeah, I was just minding my business. This happened a few years ago, let's say. And doing what I always do, telling my goofy jokes or, you know, trying to, you know, make a video that people like, tell a cool story, what have you, right? When I got this very menacing, I tell you, menacing comment that I would never survive a day in the apple orchards of Washington. Yeah, I'm finally back to the point. Took me a minute. And yeah, when I asked, just to recap, he said, we'll see. You'll see. So, I spent the next couple of years of my life, guys, avoiding the whole state of Washington. I'm like, I ain't even going to Washington. No fucking way. That fucking goofy of me to even show up. Because what if I end up on the goddamn apple orchards? Oh shit, that'd be fucking crazy. And so I refused to go. I was like, I ain't even going that state. I'm not cut out for this shit. I'm not gangster at all. I don't like punching. I don't like getting punched. And I don't even know what happens there, even after Googling it. It could be worse than that. You might get shanked, might fall off your ladder and cut your hand. That sucks. That's not fun. Or who knows? I mean, there's just no telling. So I spent years just avoiding it. Like, there's no fucking way. That's why I wanted to be an owner-operator so bad, because I was like, Washington, I'm out, baby. I ain't going. Now I wouldn't go because of high fuel prices. They're pretty out of control. But back then, I was like, I have got to buy a truck because some company's going to try to send me up there, dang old Washington, and I'm going to get my ass kicked. And I don't want to do all that, right? But anyways, I was kind of in a tough spot. 1 week, wasn't making a whole lot of money. I got kind of stuck up in that northwest area, you know, Idaho and Oregon and whatever. Idaho, gross. Did go to a joint there once though with they did baked potatoes. You know, there's all this hype about Idaho potatoes. Turns out they're just potatoes, but whatever. I mean, if you're Idaho, sometimes that's all you got going for you. But they made this fucking baked potato, man, and they split this sumbitch open and they piled it with all kinds of stuff. Nacho cheese. They had a whole damn steak on top of it cut up for me, and chives and sour cream and, you know, the normal stuff. But like, this thing was fucking loaded, and it's within truck parking. I forget, like walking distance of truck parking, forget what the place is called. But Idaho really does have the world's best potatoes. I thought they were fucking with me the whole time, but that one restaurant changed my fucking mind. Anyways, I was up there just not making much money, right? Just having a horrible time, and I needed to make some money. And the only load I could find, guys, was on the load boards. You know, that's what I was doing then, on the load board. What I meant to say, because I screwed that up, the only load I could find on the load board was in Washington. And you're like, Yakima. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. What am I going to do? So I'm like, okay, there's no way this is an apple orchard, right? So I called up the broker, and I booked the load, and he gives me the address, and I Google the address. Guys, you will not believe it. I used the satellite view. This motherfucker was on an apple orchard. I could barely contain myself. I started crying. I shit myself. I literally shit myself. Some of you ask, like, where's that cute blonde girl that used to ride with you? Long story short, she got tired of me shitting myself every time I got frightened. And that's how that story goes. That's the whole story. That's the whole thing. So I shit myself. It was bad. And I'm like, I already told this broker I'm going to get this load. Oh my God. It's in the apple orchards of Washington. What am I going to do? So I took as much time as I could. I wasted as much time as I could because I was not prepared for it. I did some pull-ups, right? Like, you know, you grab this bed, right? Look, you guys maybe don't think I can still do it, right? Oh yeah, right? I'm back here doing pull-ups, right? I did some jumping jacks. I jogged around the truck for a while, you know, did some stretches. Then I went, okay, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready. And I got in that truck. And I pointed that sumbitch straight towards that apple orchard, and I drove there trembling the whole time, going, what the hell am I going to do? What the fuck am I going to do, man? I don't deserve this. I'm just a trucker that says goofy shit on the internet, and this is going to be my last day on earth, and I didn't know what to say to my family. I had no clue. Like, do I send a text to my mom? This is my last text, Mom. Do I tell my wife, you know, hey, if you don't hear from me, have them search the apple orchards of Washington? Whatever will I do? And I just didn't know. I just froze in the moment, and I did nothing except drove straight towards that apple orchard. Shaking. I mean, just shaking. And I pulled into that shipper. Apple trees all around me. Apple trees as far as the eye could see. And I got out of that truck, very sneaky, you know, back against the truck, and I creeped around, and in the door, I would say like I get around Fuel Island, but how I get around Fuel Island, I actually wear camo pants, and I crawl on the ground, hoping no one will spot me. So not quite like how I get around Fuel Island, but pretty close, pretty close. And I walked in there, sweat just pouring down my face. And this lovely young lady, she goes, hi, sir, can I help you? And I said, she's got to be up to something. She's trying to build my trust. She has got to be up to something. There's no way that a place that this dangerous has such a sweet young lady working here. There's no fucking way. And I said, my voice was trembling. I said, I'm here to pick up a load. And she said, sir, what is your pickup number? And I said, that's the one that starts with the 6, right? And she says, yeah. And I said, okay, and I trembled my way through it as I told her my pickup number. And she goes, okay, go out there, and I'm gonna need you to open your doors. And I'm thinking, man, they're gonna have me open the trailer doors, and they're gonna throw me in there. They're never gonna see my body again. She says, after you open your doors, I'm going to need you to slide your tandems. And boy, was I relieved. Because me being one of the greatest truck drivers in the world, there was not a person within miles that could slide those tandems. It was me and only me, baby. So they still needed me. I was still useful. All right, I got you. I'll slide those tandems. I got you. Okay, what else do you need me to do? She says, after that, I need you to back into dock door 4. Okay? Okay, I got you. Go out there, open my doors, slide my tandems, and back into dock door 4. Then what do you need me to do? She says, after that, I need you to wait in your truck. And I went, oh God, this is it. Okay, I'm going to wait in my truck. I'm going to lock my door. I'm not telling her that. I'm going to lock that door though. Okay, I'm going to wait in my truck. And I said, after that, what do I need to do? And she says, you wait for your light to turn green, okay, honey? You wait for your light to turn green. And after that light turns green, I need you to come see me. She didn't say that mean though. She was like, I need you to come see me. And I said, come see you. She said, yeah, so you can get your paperwork and we can get you right on out of here and you can hit the road. And I said, so let me get this straight. You need me to go out there in the fucking apple orchard, you psycho, okay? And you need me to open my doors. And you need me to slide my tandems. Then you need me to back into dock door 4. Wait until I see a green light. And then come see you and then I get to leave? She says, absolutely. She said, we're not too busy right now, so we'll get you in and out of here in no time. I said, okay. I'll take your word for it, Satan. Okay. So I went out to the truck, I did all that. I opened the doors, I slid the tandems, I backed into dock door 4. I locked my doors and I sat there trembling as they just kept loading my trailer with products, whatever they were putting on there. They just kept loading it, guys, into the trailer. And I didn't know what to do. The truck was shaking when the forklift would come in and I was like, ah, fuck. The whole time I was freaking the fuck out. I'm like, what the fuck is all this? What are they doing? About 12 minutes later, my light turns green. And I knew this had to be it. I had worn out my usefulness. That truck is loaded, baby. Oh, but I kept an ace in the hole. Turned on my little thinking cap. I didn't slide the tandems forward again. They can't kill me. They can't kill me. Somebody needs to slide those fucking tandems. They can't kill me. So I went in there and I grabbed my paperwork from her. I said, we're loaded on dock door 4. She says, told you it wouldn't take you long. All right, here you go. Sign here, sign here. All right, here's your seal. Here's your bills. You have a good day. And I went, okay. So I walked out and I got in my truck. I pulled forward off that dock. Went back, closed my doors. Made sure I did that first, okay? If I slide the tandems first, and then I walk around that backside of the trailer, I'm gonna get smacked in the fucking head and never wake up again. They need me to slide these tandems, right? So, close those doors. Doors are closed. I unlock the tandems, right? Oh, they're ready to slide, baby, but they ain't slid yet. No. And I got up in that truck and I put that fucker in reverse and I fucking slid those tandems all the way forward. Then I slid them back just a couple feet and I locked those pins back in and I fucking released those brakes and baby, I never looked back. I never looked back. I drove the fuck out of that apple orchard. And I've been a changed man ever since. I've been a changed man ever since because I knew that that day I had not only faced but escaped certain death. And I mean, I drove out there crying. Sure I did. Yeah, I had tears running down my face and everything. I drove out there fucking crying my eyes out because I lived to fight another day. But I ain't no dummy. Since that day, I have never ever went back to the apple fields of Washington. Apple orchard, sorry. Shit, that's going to get me killed right there. The apple orchards of Washington. Because what I think they were doing is just setting me up for the next time. I'll let my guard down. Yeah, I'll go in there and I'll think I'm just going to get loaded up and off with his fucking head. Off with his fucking head. So, I've never went back. I never will go back. Fool me, won't be fooled again, or however it goes. I don't know. I don't fucking know. All I know is I live to tell the tale. You guys got to hear the story, and that's all there is to it. We'll see you next time, baby. Love you.